And they're off. Both of them starting off in Link's house, getting some bombs. There's an early map check. Green on Desert, Red Pendant on Hera, and Crystal on Eastern. Mentos is going for the hobo check, and etium is peeking at the floating island before going for the hobo check himself. Oh no, Mentos is going for a blind island.
For 300 rupees too. Nice. Makes the dream of trying to keep everything chained together with Death Mountain pretty easy when it comes to Zora.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone go for a blind floating island in this race so far, although I haven't seen every single race. And I was going to be checking escape and checking the first tier of the poles too. And it's just arrows.
Etium's having a little bit of trouble getting that clip down.
Doing a select buffer to buffer the last input there.
Nice sidewise auto walk.
Fun to watch.
Yep, and I do like Mentos play going straight to Hyrule Castle. Just did that, Uncle. It's kind of not ideal to try to do too many Hyrule Castle checks without a reliable means to damage some enemies.
Yeah, though he could technically full clear with the bombs he has if he didn't misuse any, and he found the key in the front, but that's not something you want to rely on. Oh, etium getting the shovel in Sazra's closet. He'll be able to make that check on his way around Kakariko, or maybe around the South Shore area. Not sure if he'll get it during the Kakariko run. Oh, he's going straight for the shovel. Looks like he's going to swing up through the bottom of Kakariko to route it together with the shovel check. Just a blue pea. Or red rupee.
It's a piece of heart so far. This is a pretty dry start so far. Cac's almost guaranteed to have something this time.
Oh,
or that belt right there.
Yeah, that's a big one. And nothing on the library either. Etium hasn't been seeing much so far other than rupees. He won't be putting off the forest for too long, so he'll get that bomb sooner than that bow sooner than later. That's a whole lot of cash early on.
I'm kind of worried about where Moonpole's going to be this time. Given this start, there's not a whole lot. That bow by itself doesn't unlock anything until we see that lantern.
It's still logically necessary for upper DT, so it could unlock stuff without a lantern. But obviously that requires Pearl and other stuff. There's the ether for Mentos. And Kind of Burn as well, for both of them.
Just some cash on that vendor.
And I'm going to... Oh, yeah, it's rupees all around in Kakariko this time. So I figure there's got to be something on either in the desert area, South Shore, Death Mountain. I figure Mentos would be going down to the desert, and etium, since it came from the south, might go for Lumberjack Death Mountain Descent. No, he was just going to save and quit out. Getting the Sank and Bongcrocs checks in first.
Just a bug night over in Grace game. Mentos is going to go straight down to desert from here.
Very standard early Overworld glitches routing on his part.
Yeah. So regardless of if ooh, nice gloves right there. Regardless of if desert is a pendant or not, it's a pretty fast check, especially in Overworld glitches. It kind of functionally is just like it's a part of CAC.
Yeah, it's pretty much just part of the Kakariko checks. So even if you have to double dip it, it's not really not really a time loss, and it's worth it for the extra checks.
Just a heart container in. Well, I'm not too helpful hint about where a heart container is. That they'll just run into eventually.
Yeah, we know it's in one of 20 of the checks in Ganon's Tower. 20 of the possible items, that is 27 checks. Etium picking up his bow now.
Powder so far in deserts. In that heart container, so we got both items in this pendant dungeon.
So probably
won't
never
see
see
it.
it again.
Yeah. Well, which one's the green pendant again?
Green was Hera.
Was Hera? Yeah. So unless we see that that pedestal.
And then he's doing Agana's cave first. So I'd figure he'd do cave 45 and checkerboard, and then Agana's, so he could save and quit out.
What he might do though is, so after he does K45 and checkerboard, come back up and cash in that powder.
Oh, that's definitely a possibility.
I'm taking a fall in the cave. Going top to not finish this in the dark.
Yeah,
And try to get some check. Oh, looks like he'll just heal first and then go back at it.
Yep, the old man is there, even if you don't rescue him. And he's gonna clip down from above. I'm surprised how many people I see clipping back up from K45 from above instead of just doing it near the entrance.
Yeah, there's a nice little dash buffer into that. It's like if you just keep dashing left, it just hops you just high enough to be on top of the mountain, well, the little hill again to get to Checkerboard Cave. It's not too terrible, it's not quite as documented on the resources.
Yeah, but it's definitely nicer than having to kill those guards. And etium just
Or
got
dealing with them.
a hint about the Quake location, and there's Samario up there.
Yep, so he'll grab that shortly after he gets to Hera. Alright, so... I wonder how soon of... It's like, we're still not seeing much. So I wonder if Sahasrara is going to have that, our favorite little item on him.
Hopefully not. That could take... Oh, had him dying.
He got far enough up to see that red rupee on floating island, at least.
Is he gonna go for the south shore now? Yeah, don't see where else he could be going from here. Mentos, meanwhile, with the bow, can do a Eastern Palace full clear while he's here. The dark rooms and stuff after them won't be in logic, but...
Alright, there's our first sword over in shore. Yep, just more rupees over. That was flooded. Got more than enough rupees to purchase everything that we possibly needed in Overworld glitches.
Yep. And Mentosman going for the obvious Eastern Palace full clear while he's here.
This feels like a pretty heavy stacked seat on all the safeties already.
Yeah, normal already. And it looks like he's gonna head around to Ice Rod Cave and then use that stack of rupees to check the Zora's domain area.
What I wish we would see more often is there's a nice little clip to take you straight up to Eastern in here.
I actually saw someone attempt that in a recent run and accidentally map wrap doing it.
You do transition or basically see desert, but it's not so far that you do have to move left at the right times to make sure you don't actually scroll lock. But it does some funky stuff and takes you up by the portal, and then you'll fix it whenever you enter Eastern or Sahasrara.
Yeah, there's a few spots where you can use some minor map wrapping like that to get around places. Mentosman getting his first bottle.
Oh, nice. Hammer in a waterfall.
Having a bit
Opting
of...
to go check
go ahead.
Elbow afterwards. So Mentos needs to get himself down to shore, which will at least let him have access to Hera, or to do anything useful at the top of Hera.
Yep. Getting that nice speed kill in on our mouse.
Oh man, Moon Pearl. I don't remember if the Boots Water Walk is in Logic yet.
It is not.
So it actually requires flippers, but they know how to arm that, and you can do a boots clip about a third of the way up the slope to the left of that ledge, and if you get it perfect, you can actually hop right over into the area with Moon Pearl. Otherwise, you'll just take a long trip around that little island.
Speaking of the devil.
Okay, we can do that.
And there's actually also a spin speed clip you can do to get to the ledge that I find a bit nicer than the boots clip. That's very convenient for etium.
Alright, so with that sword in hand, we're going to see etium possibly do if he's going back up to Death Mountain. Save the old man again. Having that sword will at least make that dark room a little bit easier to navigate.
Yeah, last time he was in there, he didn't really have any good darkroom navigation items. Sword is the best, but there are a couple others that you can use in a pinch.
Yeah, I mean, and then what he was trying with the arrow is pretty good. It's like, as long as you have some kind of reference that'll move, that you can still see in the dark, so you could see when you start to go that straight horizontal movement. But it's what it is. It's interesting. Getting beat up by those dead rocks again.
Yeah, the RNG on Death Mountain can be a bit mean sometimes.
Yeah, and what's especially mean, Graveyard Ledge isn't logic without the ability to spin speed.
Oh yeah.
There is a clip that requires you to, it'll be a downward teleport on the left-hand side that we normally do the Hera clip. And then trying to do that with sword and clip down and thinking on those boulders. Not a fun time.
There actually is, there's a few spots you can do the boots only clip, and there's one, if you actually do the boots clip a bit, where you do the sword spin, and then just hold down and down right until you start vibrating angrily, you'll eventually jump through.
Mm.
And that requires a lot less precise inputs than the fancy clip to the right one.
Eddie, I'm getting his second cane. And opting to go ahead and check out Hera a little bit. At least get that hint tile and check out at least this floor.
And it's not completely fire locked, so you might be going deeper. Oh, passing up the hint.
Let's see if Mentosman goes straight for the clip to that, or if he checks out, yeah, he'll check out Zora first.
Oh, he's doubling back. He's gonna... changing his mind again.
Oh no! So lucky for him that Flippers is there, because he would have otherwise had to reset that state to do that.
Yeah, he had a bit of indecision there until the Zora made the choice for him. And that's a very nice hint Etium just found, telling him the map was in the basement of Hera, so he can full clear. Unfortunately, it does look like the last item is on Moldorm, but at least he has Hammer, which is a pretty good item for fighting Moldorm. Yeah, vanilla flippers are very non-vanilla Zora ledge.
Alright, Mentosman is going straight to Hype Cave and giving us, probably give us that map check in Dark World pretty soon. Alright, Etium's going to go ahead and finish off the rest of Death Mountain for us. And with that Moon Pearl, we'll probably hop into Dark Death Mountain. Did not make his way down to Desert Ledge yet, so he does not have logical access to... Hold on. No, never mind. It is in logic to do the clip on the bottom of Dark Death Mountain into Hookshot Cave.
Yep. Mentos finding a very hype cave, as usual. Gonna go for the Meyer check, because he got that hint. That's Ethron Meyer, which he has. No Samaria means he can't full clear it though. And of course Lamp is required for it to all be in logic. And there's Quake for Mentos in the Mire Shed.
There's that lantern. Okay, we'll obviously Mentos do digging game really fast, and then from digging game clip his way on up to Village of Outcasts.
Ooh,
he almost got himself stuck.
Yeah. Actually saw that exact same thing happen in the last race.
Yeah. And then there was a nice little deal right above where the slant is on the top side to make it up to the screen above that, rather than going right, but if you don't know the cues you're looking for, it's a lot easier to get stuck in a wall. Well, at least we made our money back on that digging game.
Mendo's gonna prove the uselessness of emits and overworld glitches. And etium clipping onto the top of Total Rock since he has the hammer for the pegs.
Mentosman opting to keep his health low, ignoring that fairy when he's at half health. Bombo's at Turtle Rock.
And there it is. Pendant on Total Rock and red on Meyer and I think Swamp Palace.
Piece of art at Chess Game.
And etium is going for the clip into the back. Oh, too high. Yeah, he didn't get it right. But he was trying to clip into Hookshot Cave from the back. And he's not sure if he messed it up. So he's trying to get on. But he did mess it up.
Yeah. And it's one of the more unforgiving ones. Because you do need to clip the right amount, boot clip it right into the right amount on, and I believe you do have to do a dash hop to actually land on the spot you need to be on.
Yeah, it's a boots clip at a non-standard spot, and then a dash turn and dash hop down onto the little island there.
There's
Oh,
our
there's...
mids.
So, any fancy Ice Palace clips are out now.
A nice palace is in logic.
And there's a extended map check by etium confirming the crystal's independence. Standard spin speed death mountain descent from etium. And Pyramid Furry has money and a piece of heart. And the ledge there only has a piece of heart too.
Just the things we'd like to see there. Let's see. Mentosman still needs to check the front of Hyrule Castle, and that's about it. If he was considering making that play once he finds a mirror. But so with that hint, it'll probably delay any more Hyrule Castle checks at this time.
Meanwhile, etium's clearing Skullwoods from the middle to the back, and then he's gonna check out the front. Although he doesn't have the fire, so yeah, he's not going to the back. My bad. Just doing middle to front checks. Oh, and there's his Master Sword. Very nice to have. And another bottle for Mentos.
Steve sounds pretty dry today. Does not have that key. I don't know if he, what he's seen as far as mapping compass.
Yeah, but if he didn't pick up the key in any of the previous checks, then it has to be locked. Oh, he's trying to do the LSD blind. But yeah, he didn't pick up the key yet, so it has to be locked in the big chest. It can't be on blind.
Oh, there goes that troll then. Just for a piece of heart. Oh, what was that big chest in Skullwoods?
I did not see. And Mentos heading up to check Bumper Cave and then probably some Skullwood dip. No, saving, quitting out.
Alright, he's gonna be missing that sword for a bit, unfortunately, but there's still 2 others to find.
And chat says the big chest they think is the map for Skullwoods.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mentos has not been up to Death Mountain yet.
Got a lot of checks to make, and then he can head to the Dark World. And there's that fun little time when you're fixing the camera when you're just barely at the edge and you can't see what's hitting you.
Alright, etium gets his first glove. And then that'll be about all he finds in this dungeon. Actually, he doesn't have his bottle yet either.
Yeah, that'll get him the sick kid check as well. But the glove will be the big one because Ice Palace is required here. And now Etium knows that the pyramid has nothing good in it as well. Pyramid Fairy, that is. Mentosman doesn't have the hammer, so he's using the slash and pot strats in that room. And also managed to knock Bumper Beetle back through the ledge somehow. Collision on the ledges is pretty weak. And just doing a bomb jump to get across there, nice and quick.
Alright, got bottle 1 on it, etium side.
Oh, Mentos does have hammer. So that's a much nicer fight for him than Fighter's Sword. And from here he'll be on track to go clear the rest of East Death Mountain.
Gonna grab that cane fairly fast. Deciding if he wants to go. Gonna try to hover towards that hint.
And Etium finishing up Thieves Town. And doing the rest of the Village of Outcast check. Oh, he's going for the hover.
And he gets it this time. What we'll probably see etium do is he'll probably do the quick mire check to find out the medallion there. And then probably do Hype Cave, and we'll probably see him just go ahead and dip into pod since he can go ahead, since he can full clear that.
Yeah, it's fully in logic at this point, so lots of checks there.
Trying to set up that pixel for the down teleport. So we can hop on over there.
And he's going to be picking up the one medallion he has no use for in this seed.
Let's see if he braves, yeah, he's going to go ahead and do the Master Sword Mire.
With the torch and the Samari, it's fully in logic now for him.
And Mentos will be getting his lamp soon.
Pretty decent Mire 2 room clear from etium there.
Yeah, pretty difficult to one cycle without any of the rods. Then we are going to get to see that hookshot cave check on Mentos' side.
He's gonna swing around and do the clip. Oh, he's just lifting it up.
Yeah, it's like one of the hardest ideas to kind of master is just because you can clip doesn't mean it's faster or the best way to do something.
And both runners have all the medallions now.
Lamp doing normal lamp stuff on etium's side.
And just a shield up there.
He is planning to hover this hookshot cave. So what we are missing, well, Mentos is just missing Fire Rod in order for him to technically beat the seed.
Wouldn't he also require hookshot for the back of Swamp Palace?
Oh yeah, for whatever reason I have that as a, or even though even though we have it marked as a crystal, I was thinking it was a pendant for whatever reason. Yeah, he'll need that for that. And then, especially with not having very much luck on these hovers, so he has 3 items needed. Ugh.
Yeah, not sure the hovering is worth it at this point.
Yes. And then he's probably avoiding Total Rock at all costs since it's a pendant right now. Alright, he's gonna get this first one. Haven't seen much use in Mire yet.
Probably not feeling so good about what he's gone for these hovers so far. Unless that forest chest has something good. Nope.
That's unfortunate. Okay, wait, we don't care about that ice rod. Quite yet.
picking up some health.
I think he's gonna make that T-Rock dip. Not much that can be logically done in Ganon's Tower yet. Got 5 locations in logic right now.
Let's see. Seems like it, yeah. There's the Hope Room, there's the Torch, there's the Tile Room, and there's the map chest or whatever it is that you can bonk to. And it looks like he's going Catfish DMD to Pod.
100% like this play. Can be a pretty long dungeon, but we get a hint tile in here, as well as 6 items? I forget the number offhand, but...
I think it's 5 for Pod.
5. Yep. Alright, we are going to see a Master Sword, Arrow, Vitreous. Can be a scary fight, especially going in with 5 hearts. Blue mail doesn't help too terribly much on this fight.
Yeah,
if you happen to get bodied.
Yeah, they do some really nasty contact damage.
And he doesn't want to do the iframe strat just to make sure he doesn't accidentally get killed while doing that.
And there's the hook shot from Mentos. Very nice find in Palace of Darkness.
Alright, so we're just missing that mirror. Alright. Etium survived the Vitreous fight.
Now he just needs to turn him into a pincushion. And hint, that's not very useful. He already got that. It said a unique item could be bought, which was probably referring to the flippers.
Mentos keeping his arrow count pretty good, especially since he's still relying on Fighter Sword at this time. One of the things that's kind of fun to try to keep track of is your arrow count when you're in go mode, especially when it's BOGO mode with GT and Pod and Eastern to do.
Yeah, you can do a lot of arrows.
Yeah, there was an unfortunate incident on the very first showcase of OWG in its current state, where somebody was in go mode but lost a lot of time since they ran out of arrows within Ganon's Tower after doing Pod and Eastern.
That's a shame. We do know that Tier 1 pulls are 5 arrows, so that's an option for arrows. And then that statue right outside the Hype Cave is actually a pull object, so you can get it from those. Here comes the hammer jump.
I'm not sure if it's worth it coming from the top, but...
It still cuts it down to only 1 trip through the room, so if you can do it quick enough.
Gonna see that pyramid check. I don't think Etium's seen that. Where was that hint about the fairy? Pyramid fairy.
I forget. Oh, blue boomerang on the pyramid.
While not strictly required, it does have a lot of utility use in Gaines Tower.
Yeah, there's those 2 rooms, or 3, where it's really good.
Etium's making his way over to Pod now.
Yeah, so he'll have an extra dungeon clear in over Mentos and won't be too far behind in terms of the pod progress. So I'd say they're pretty much on parity at this point.
Yeah, the big thing that Etium's got going for him is that Master Sword which Mentos probably won't see until he gets the Fire Rod.
Mentos probably gonna opt for using his bow instead of sword to finish off Helmsar King here.
Oh, definitely.
And just going hammer all the way is technically an option, but the hitbox for the face with hammer is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you need a ton of practice on. Keeping your sword out while doing these hammers, it does extend the hammer's hitbox and makes some things a little bit easier, but you don't have a lot of wiggle room to do a hammer straight to the face.
It looks like he's going for them though. And falling back on the arrows now.
Yeah, and then if you've got the health to spare, it's always a decent idea to try to cut out some menu time. We'll probably see that. No, we're not going to see the GT yet.
Eastern Palace, maybe?
Oh, yeah. That's right, he hasn't done Eastern yet. Oh.
Oh, he's doing the Ice Palace.
This will be...
Setting up the fake flippers even though he has real flippers. Muscle memory.
Happens. Actually, with hints in playouts, like Ice Palace has a bit more value than it used to, or more potential for value. Getting all the upgrades.
And gonna be a bit slower going through with just the bombos.
Not much worth over in west side of Swamp Palace.
It's gonna be interesting to see how Mentos does cold stare if he doesn't find the fire rod in here.
He does have that green well, yeah, he does have that green potion if he doesn't get enough magic in time for the fight. Or at least to start it. He does have that hammer, which won't be too fun of a fight.
Yeah, that's not really a good place to have to use the hammer.
Fortunately not. Bombed a little bit too low to get that second that second skeleton.
Nice ice pass bomb jump.
Meanwhile, we do have etium get into his Helmosaur fight. About halfway done now.
Going straight for the arrows in his case instead of trying for some hammer hits. Nice quick kill. And Mentos did a bit of a funny thing, powdering the bunny beam under the rock before he lifted it.
Let's see if etium follows suit and goes straight to Ice Palace, or if he goes ahead and decides to do his full clear or his left side clear of GT. Possibly even full clear that.
Yeah, he'd only need the right side bomb jump. And it looks like he's going for Ganon's Tower since he went to the mountain cave start.
Sonny, if he wants to go to... Yep, he's going to try hover over to the right side. Was attempting to try to get to the iced tea room.
And yes, IDM is going for Ganon's Tower, although he didn't need to reset his camera and hair before he did that.
Yep, so if you activate spin speed using hookshot while you have the sword out, it lets you move over quite nicely. You go straight left with a nice little line up by that wall.
And Mendoza picked up the cape in Ice Palace. So that's not necessary at all in Overworld glitches for any checks, but it's nice for some cheese strategies.
Etium's fully anticipating a potential Master Sword Ganon fight, so went ahead and opted for that piece of heart there.
Yeah, Master Sword with possibly no silvers at that. That's a full 52 spins required to kill him. And it's hammer cold star time for Mentos. Not gonna be fun.
And Fighter Sword won. So not even much damage from sword spins either.
He did manage to get them bunched up a bit with the sword spin, so that let him get some hits on multiple at once.
Yep. And then what he was doing at the start of the fight, he was trying to hang up high as long as he can, because for whatever reason, if you have the ice blocks fall on the very top tile, they don't spread out, and that's on top of the snowball RNG. The RNG from the ice breaking is what makes it pretty tough to do over a long time if you don't get that kill done pretty quickly.
He did manage to get it in, though. Took a fair bit of damage, but that's a very tough scenario to do that fight in, so that's not surprising. Etium not quite finding what he wants in Grand's Tower so far.
Yep, and it looks like Mentos is probably heading off to Mire now. Possibly check out this swamp pit. Straight to Mire. Gonna get that ice rod that unfortunately doesn't help beat a crystal dungeon. But we're running out of a lot of places.
Yeah, they're hoping they're not going to have to start dipping stuff.
Yeah, they've already got all the items out of 2 of the pendant dungeons.
Half magic for Etium down in the big key room. Again, not needed, but very nice.
Yep, he is opting to go ahead and... Don't think we saw that big key yet, yeah. So he'll just go ahead and walk on up and then unlock his... and open that middle door to go to the right side. Since big key is on the right side, he's gonna completely go through anyways and grab that extra key, so it's not gonna be a big deal if you spend a key.
Yeah, getting Samari out and for the right side.
Oh, I missed that fire rod.
Oh, that's a big one. Guess we both missed it. But yeah, that just puts Etium mirror away from go mode.
It's so nice having a guaranteed go mode for Swamp. And then we do still have one more item in the back of Skullwoods. I don't think we saw a big key. That big key's in the tower room.
Etium doing a very unpleasant death warp because he doesn't have the mirror, so he has to go through 12 hearts with just pits.
Let's see if he opts to leave that big chest behind.
Oh, and then he gets that hint on Skull Woods for the sword. And chat says that the fire rod was in the GT map chest, which is actually in logic even without hookshot because you can bonk there.
Alright, making his trek down the right side GT again so we can go ahead and check out that big chest. They've checked a lot of locations in the seed so far, so they're at a point where they don't want to leave anything behind.
Eddie, I'm probably hoping that mirror is in Upper Ganon's Tower or in the back of Skull Woods, or otherwise he'll have to start dipping.
Oh, that bar actually knocking Etium out of that dash.
That does happen occasionally in that room, unfortunately.
It's so fun on the vanilla NMG runs where if you do like this dash outside the Dark World version of Potion Shop, it does basically the same effect that you would see on a bombs clip.
I'll have to look that up sometime. Mentos going into fighter sword, bombs, and arrows vidi. Thankfully he bought all those upgrades, so that'll help out a bit here.
Yeah, I especially agree with the bomb play, especially on this one.
Yeah, the bombs don't do great damage, but they hit a bunch at once, so it's overall a good idea. That Beambo's making the second Mimic room a bit of a pain for Etium.
Yeah, a lot of these rooms in the upper levels of GT is you want them to go smoothly, or else you start getting trolled by those BMOs hardcore.
Yeah, there's a lot of BMOs up there to make the what would otherwise be not too bad enemies a lot more annoying. And I'm getting some much needed magic and health there. And I think Mentos might be going for Ganon's Tower too now, because it's very item dense and he's running out of other good locations. Yep, and he's gonna go to the Dark World without fixing his camera like etium did, because that's not actually necessary. And he's doing the boots clip into it instead of the hook shot.
That was nice placement on Horsehead over there, getting knocked straight into those spikes.
Yep, doing that gauntlet pretty cleanly for etium. Probably going to using Fire Rod for Landmo. It's only 2 hits each.
Those fireballs not letting him line out properly.
Yep. Oh, but he does get it very... Oh no, one more.
There we go.
Only a few cycles, not too bad. You get to see those nice Wizrobes Samaria strats. Always very fun to see and do, just because of how fast and efficient they are. Accidentally pushed his Samaria block too far on the second room, but he got the second 2 cycle, so that's good. And there's that Fire Rod Torch 1 room, getting that full magic refill up here. Since he used a lot on Landmo, he really needs that. Oh, and Mentos is setting up for the right side bomb jump. Missing out on that Fire Rod on the left side. Baiting the shooter and the Old Master both. And he's got everything set up to do it. He did the bomb jump nicely and he's got everything set up for the torches. Oh, shooter hitting him. Yeah, that shooter hitting him screwed things up.
Yep, and the big reason for otherwise entering that useless room on the top is you don't have very much leeway in order to make that cycle before the first torch runs out.
And he got everything nicely this time.
I missed what was on validation chest over there.
So did I. I was busy watching the right side bomb jump shenanigans.
Unfortunate placement from the 3 Aghanims. Wasn't able to land any of the hits on the first 2 cycles.
Yeah, not going too great, and now they're getting pretty desynced. Which is never something you want to see in Aghanim 2. But he's
There we
doing...
go, got a triple right there.
Yeah, getting a triple even with the desync. And Mentos just opting to cape through this very annoying room. I can't say I blame him.
Okay, Eddie, I'm saving and quitting from Pyramid. I imagine we'll see that that Sanctuary play, the Skull Words play now. Or possibly finish off Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, at this point I'm wondering what's in the rest of Escape, because neither of them have completely cleared it out.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
think we've seen any value yet out of the chests we've seen so far.
But from the statistics someone did on those 25,000 overall glitches,
About 64%, a little bit higher percent than Pod.
yeah, so it's a very good chance they'll find something good. And with the key under the back of Escape, you can clear back to front. Nice clean ice harmless kill from Mentos with only the normal bow. And just a map for etium, unfortunately.
And looks like he is going to go ahead and do the front of Escape now. Or front of Hyrule Castle. Nope.
And Tombstone Palace. Mentos feeling a little silly as he finally got the fire rod on the left side. He didn't waste too much time on the bomb jump, so it's not that bad. And there's the red boomerang for Mentos. Which is a bit late for him to use it for GT boomerang strats. And another bottle for etium. Just some very standard NMG stats from this point, and no, I don't think they've done Sick Kid yet. Haven't really had a chance to route it in.
Alright, what do you think we should be doing next? There's always that back of Swamp of Skull Woods. Mentos still needs to go there anyways and get his sword.
Oh yeah, the back of Skullwoods is a choice, and while they're in the area they can pick up Sick Kid and Magic Bat.
Oh, etium just a little bit off alignment, so wasn't able to get that quick kill on Armosnite.
And this has kind of turned into another one of those prolonged go mode item hunts that I talked about, not hoping we weren't going to get before, as they're both looking out for that mirror now.
Yep, and then they've both got a lot of progress done, and we're only an hour 16 in.
Here's that sick kid check from etium. Whole lot of nothing.
That's right, he still hasn't gotten his... What was powder again?
Another one of the things I forget. Unfortunately.
Oh, I don't think etium's ever been... No, etium has never made it down a desert. It was in Desert Palace.
Yeah, that'd be a thing.
Yep, that other glove is on that desert ledge, and...
Yeah, he never got down there, so, hopefully, the mirror isn't on Magic Bat. And yes, they haven't done any of the, well, they've done the shovel spot, but other than that, they haven't done any fetch quests. The only other one they could do is Mentos could check Magic Bat. Mentos has been relying very much on that fire rod for this fighter's sword to get his tower clear. Thankfully, he has hammer for etium. A hammer for Landmo, or Moldorm.
So we're probably going to see like 2 swords in T-Rock.
That seems entirely plausible at this point. Almost got knocked off, but otherwise a nice clean hammer kill, and he even switched to hookshot before the hammer landed, which saves him some menuing time, waiting for the death to finish.
Yep, and we see the flute on Mothula. Doesn't help at all at this point.
Yeah, it's completely useless at this point in Overworld Glitches Run.
And we are going to see that front of Hyrule Castle now. It really feels like second keycard chest is the one that has the progression item the most, at least on the seats I've played.
I don't really have any intuition on that.
I hope Mentos decides to go ahead from here. Well, he hasn't been to Pyramid yet, so he'll see that blue boomerang on the right. Then hopefully we'll see a spin speed clip from right at Pyramid and just go straight to Hammer Pegs and go from there.
Yeah, he fell into Ganon without the crystals and got called a dingus.
So for anyone that wanted to see the message on why we need to get the crystals, there you go.
Oh,
hey.
There's, yeah, another sword finally.
in all these Master Sword fights he had to do so far.
And he had to save and quit out of Ganon because Ganon would become invincible in the 4th phase until he completes all his goals for this mode.
Actually, he doesn't even have a way to hurt Ganon to get to the 4th phase.
Oh yeah, no sword.
Oh,
He's
no.
still on fighters. Now I get to see that magic bat check. Oh,
Oh, there's
silvers.
that works too. Not gonna be too big a deal for Etium to not check that for a while. Now that he's got his trusty old tempered sword. I think we'll finally see the desert check.
Yeah, it looks like he's going around there.
Mentosman8 is going to hop into Skull Wars. He'll eventually see his sword. We'll see if he opts to go straight to Mothula first, or just do a full clear anyways along the way up. Since it's gonna be a save and quit once he's done, no matter what.
And Etium jumping down to clip up again instead of doing the little clip through the ledge near K45's entrance.
Still haven't seen a book either.
And there's finally a Master Sword for Mentos, so he's ready for Ganon when he finally gets there. Starting to feel like a total lock dip is going to be pretty much inevitable at this point on their hunt for that mirror.
Watch it be Hansa Hospitala. Actually, when Etium sees these mitts, he'll probably go straight to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that'd be a good choice.
Mentos getting grabbed, unfortunately.
Etium opting to go around to clip to the desert ledge and palace from near the maze race.
Opting to do the upwards teleport and then hold down left to get over to desert ledge. Nice full magic drop there.
And he's got an extra key, so he doesn't need to bother with that Gibdo, which is very nice. Not a big time saver, but it's still a bit annoying to hit that Gibdo sometimes. Yeah, with half magic and a fire rod, Mothula isn't much trouble. And that useless blue non-ocarina for Mentos. Yeah, at this point I'm wondering if we'll see a full clear of Desert Palace from etium in the hopes that Sazrala might have the mirror. And I think Mentos is going to be going for Total Rock at this point.
Alright, not opting for green pendants. Going straight to Ice Palace with those newfound mitts.
And meanwhile, Mentos is over on going for Total Rock. Gonna do a front to back clear, probably, which is more efficient if the keys are up. Oh no, he's going for the middle.
Yeah, might as well just guarantee that the ability to go up front.
Not gonna be fun to set up a death warp on the way up there, though. With all that health and a blue mail.
Good thing the enemies here hit pretty hard, though. I mean, still a little bit solo
Yeah.
pain, but
You could hug a pokey for a bit.
or get lasered right there.
I figure if he sets... Oh no, he's saving... No, no. I figure if he sets up a death warp, then it would be either on the chain chomps or on the pokey after them.
Surprised he opted to go this way around. I'm not sure how long the other tube is. That'll take him right by this pot right here with the full magic underneath.
Yeah, I haven't compared the exact time for those two ways either. And now he's got to hope there's a key here.
Or a mirror.
Oh, yeah, there's a key so he can continue up front. And yeah, etium has powder now from the desert. So that which he might find a bit of use from here and there. Oh, that's not good. The book in Turtle Rock, which means potentially more fetch quest.
Oh no!
Oh, he missed the
Think
he missed that.
think it would have been faster. So I think the fire resets if you leave the super tile. I don't remember. I think it does.
Yeah, he might have just been a bit off tilt from that, not thought of that.
Now he's setting himself up for a death warp here. Etium gets his cape.
Still on the look for that mirror. Yeah, so this is turning into an old Dungeons Except Aga 1 seed. Oh, and there's the red mail, which completely ruins death warps from now on for Mentos.
Good thing he's not necessarily going to need one after this done. After this.
And laser bridge is our last hope for mirror that isn't in a completely horrible place.
And a compass. Items on is on Trinex, I believe. I think we did see the map earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I think we saw that at Big Key Chest.
So if there's if the mirror isn't on Trinex, then all the other places remaining are pretty annoying. And from those slashes, I guess Mentos is getting pretty tired of that mirror hunt himself.
Yeah. And I think etium got lucky for a little bit right there. Oh, he pushed that block down when he was like about halfway in. I thought it was gonna be. There's a weird property if Link in the button hits it at the same time, or if blocking hits a button at the same time, it just keeps it closed.
Yeah, that's not a fun glitch. Mentos getting a pretty good Trinex head skill.
Nice
Yeah,
second phase.
Yeah, that was very good for the items he has.
And that mirror.
Finally.
Alright, so Mentos is gonna miss out on a tempered sword. Unless Argus has one.
Yeah, that's not a fun place to have a mirror on Pendant Trinex. And I imagine etium's going to be going for Total Lock next. Yeah, even as Pendant, it's the best choice at this point for etium just because of the sheer density. And it has been fully in logic for a while now. Mentos has... No,
looking probably at about a 142-ish on Mentos, depending on how that Master Sword Ganon goes.
Yeah, Swamp Go mode is fairly nice at least.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty long Argus fight. And then etium's definitely gonna be full clearing the rest of Turtle Rock as well before he bothers fighting Trinex.
At least Mentos has the cape for Master Sword Ganon. Will make it a lot easier to get those spins in the Bats phase.
Yeah, be able to keep it within two or three cycles tops, depending on if we get that good spawn, so you can get these double spins.
And etium finally clearing out Hookshot Cave. Not that he's going to find anything good. And on to a Total Lock clear from the middle, just like Mentos did.
And I also believe that Mentosman still has, I think he still has his green potion too for the Ganon fight.
Yeah, that would be very nice to have. And here's that nice quick Swamp Palace Go mode routing. Just skipping the left side and all that other optional stuff.
Yep, we'll just have a pretty lengthy Argus fight. Each puff takes 2 slashes or 1 spit. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice time to start checking for swords. Wasn't too far out of the way. Don't have to wait for any bombs to explode or anything like that.
Yeah, so completely standard Argus from here now. And chat noting that he already used his green potion, but that's not a big deal at this point now that he has the tempered.
Setting up for try to do the 1 cycle. Looks like he's gonna miss that now. No big deal. Being able to get, or 0 cycle rather. Being able to get that before he does this, before Argus does his first spin. Some of it is RNG dependent, just based on how much Argus moves in his pattern of three movements and hop, or 3 movements and spin.
And there's the Silver's kill from Mentos, while etium checks out the top of Total Rock. And from here it's a nice leisurely stroll up to the pyramid to finish off Ganon.
Sometimes this world has some nice collision detection. That was quite interesting to see that bonk off that slope.
Yeah, some slopes don't actually have sloped collision, they're just visually sloped, which is always annoying.
Alright, so we saw one message about what happens if you don't have all your crystals, and we can see the real message if you do.
That's actually the exact same message I saw in the last seed.
Oh, I missed a slash, so we couldn't get that 1 cycle phase 1.
Very nice position for getting in lots of doubles there, though.
Yep, just doesn't take much in order to finish off phase 2 in that case.
And that was some very nice RNG for him.
I don't think we've had any wasted warps yet.
Oh no. Nice warp RNG too. Going for the double? Nope.
Alright, this will be the there'll be that 4th one. And GG's to Mentos.
GG Mentos.
Finishing up with an official SRR race time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 28 seconds. And etium does forfeit just minutes away from his go mode mirror.
GG to both of the runners. Both did very well with a very unpleasant seed. And we'll be joined in a second with Mentos, it seems. And here's Mentos. So, what did you think of that seed?
It didn't turn out to be pedestal, which I was getting real worried about, so that was a bonus.
Yeah, we were talking about if it was going to be on Mirror was going to be a Star Swallow or Pedestal or some other horrible location if you didn't get it in the dungeon there.
Yeah, my one race against Futon last week had a pedestal required, and then a race I did against Rick and Ellis this morning had a pedestal flute, and so I was like, oh, come on, not again, not 3 out of 4 races.
Yeah, then we had a Pedestal glove on the 8 p.m. race.
Oh man.
That's my first win so far. It's a positive.
Congrats. Shame it had to be on such a trolley seed, though.
It really wasn't that bad, except the mirror. Like, I should have had Fire Rod sooner. I put off GT way longer than I should have.
Yeah.
Mirror was kind of a jerk, but everything else was pretty clear.
That's kind of how a lot of seeds seem to go.
Always just the one. Yep, and then etium didn't go down to the desert area to get that other glove. So as you were heading up to Turtle Rock, he just started Ice Palace at that point.
Yeah, that would hurt a bit.
Yeah, getting the glove earlier than him definitely helped out a bit here and there, and especially towards the end for the Ice Palace. I don't think he was willing to do the flippers clip into Ice Palace.
I don't even know how to clip into his palace without the other glove, so if I hadn't found that one, I wouldn't have touched ice just for sheer having no option.
Yeah, definitely lucky for you then.
Also, a shout out to my GT routing, where I felt really clever. Like, okay, I'm going to do right side first. That's going to get me to Ice Armos, walk up the left side, and then I forgot there's no good way to Death Warp near Rando Room.
And Etium is in here with us now too. GG.
Hey, GG's. GG Mentos.
Right back at you. I hear you missed that glove on Desert Ledge for a while. That didn't feel good.
Yeah, I basically it all came down to the fact that I got a shovel, and then I decided to route Kakariko from the south instead of what I usually do, and then I just put off the desert area forever. And so I didn't get that. That was my second glove actually. But mainly it all came down to I just could not find that mirror. I was basically, I think I had everything else. I forget exactly when, like around 1 hour or 1:10. I just needed the mirror, and I just couldn't find it.
Now, once you got the fire rod in Ganon's tower, the mirror was the only thing you needed. So that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, I think both of you were just missing mirror at the 1 hour mark, 1 hour 15 mark. I don't remember if Mentos had that. Finally got his second sword in Skull Woods before that or not. I forget how late that was.
Yeah, I forget when that was, but I know I got a hint for it in Meyer, I think it was. It was either the Meyer or Ice Hint told me there was a sword in Skull Woods. Yeah, it was Meyer. I'm like, oh, that would have been nice for a video instead of buying all these bomb and arrow upgrades.
Yeah, it was the Meyer cutscene room. And yeah, when you got to video with the fire sword, I realized that's why you bought all those upgrades. Because otherwise buying those upgrades is kind of a strange choice.
I kind of thought just like, yeah, I feel behind. Let's just show off some random stuff. Didn't realize that your plan was to, hey, let's do this for Viddy.
Yeah, definitely a good backup plan. In case you didn't find any swords along the way, which it turned out was the case.
I had Master Sword for Viddy, so I guess that made it a little easier.
Hey, Etium, I see you've got a tempered sword, but since you never went in Swamp, where did you find sword number 3?
That was in the front of Escape.
That was
So,
one of the key guard chests, the first one.
Yep,
Feels bad, man.
Was there all along.
Yeah, good old 1 hour 10 Uncle check.
Standard overworld glitches meme. So, any final thoughts on the seed?
It was a pretty decent seed, I think. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I should have followed the ice rod, because like I went and I full cleared Mire, and all I got was the ice rod, and here was a pendant. So I was like, well, maybe I should prioritize Turtle Rock a little bit, just to make that ice rod worth my time. But then I just didn't get back there for a while. I don't know. I don't really have a plan for my routing. I was just kind of just going either to a crystal or to somewhere that was dense with items, and I just never made it to Turtle Rock until too late.
Yes, I mean, with those early East Death Mountain checks, like, there's really never a good time to come back to Turtle Rock.
But yeah, not a bad seed, really. No. I do want to shout out to you guys for commentating and tracking.
Yep, especially for JC doing double duty on commentary and tracking at the same time.
And missing half the items on stream as they went by.
No, it's not an easy job doing both, so
Yeah.
can't blame you.
We totally missed you getting the fire rod in map chest in GT.
Oh,
I think that was about the same time Mentos was doing the bomb viddy.
yeah.
I don't remember, but he was doing something crazy on the left hand side.
So make sure to follow both of our runners here, Mentosman8 and etium. And our friend here, JC, doing both commentary and tracking duty, definitely deserves some follows too.
Yeah, I'll add a shout out to both of you. I know this kind of flew together at the last minute. Shiku, if I recall, you were on the race right before this. JC, you pulled the double duty with Common Tracker. So thank you guys for kind of majorly stepping up on that front. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any final thoughts from either of you?
No, just congrats, Mentos. Hopefully you get a few more wins in there as well.
Yeah, one last GG to you as well. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be 100% defeated. I'm okay with anything now.
Yeah.
So up ahead on Speed Gaming, it's pretty late, but there is a midnight rando Overworld Glitches race on the main Speed Gaming channel coming up. If they can get together a crew for that, I hope. There's let's see, some Super Metroid on SpeedGaming 5, a tournament. Or no, on 3 rather. There's some Zelda 1 randomizer on the main SpeedGaming channel ending just now. But otherwise, yeah, it doesn't look like there's much scheduled this late at night. So we'll end it here, and hopefully if you're still interested in Rando, you can check out the midnight one, hopefully. I'm Shkushku, and I was joined by JC, and we had etium and Mentosman8 running. Thanks, everyone.
We're gonna have. Looks like Eddie is gonna help out on the match on SG1. So see you guys over on SG1. They're getting started pretty soon.
Yeah, good luck with that. And thanks everyone for watching.